Greetings and welcome to the Horrific Talk Spot. We are back.
Fuck yeah.
If you haven't been before, of course, I'm Colin, not the face of horror.
I'm Cameron, and I'm working on it. But for now, I'm just the old and gassy.
So you're past the first stage, is that right? It's broke down
I
into
am.
like tiers. So
I'm
you're
actually, I'm into the second bracket now, or third bracket. It's like top 10, top 15. Yeah, and somehow I'm still holding first place, so hopefully that holds. I think there's 2 more rounds, and then all the groups get together. At which point I'm sure I'll lose to somebody far more attractive and more, with more followers on social media. But for now, I'm in first, so I'll take what I can get.
Mate, you're steaming through. I think the guilt tripping works. That's guilt trips some more people.
It does. It does seem to work pretty goddamn well. All you got to do is say, "Oh, if you don't vote for me, you hate animals and children," and it fucking keeps you in first place. Because it is true. If you don't vote for me, you hate animals and children.
I was talking with one of our guests last night, and she actually works in marketing, and I'm trying to figure out, right? Okay, where you brought in for? Okay, here's the module on fan baiting and this negative marketing that if you don't like something, you're a horrible person. Where did it come from? You're like, I don't know. It's a Hollywood thing. It's like not in any of the playbooks. Normally we try to like be nice to our customers and want them to like us and don't want to section off other people because if you've got money, you'll do me sort of thing. It's getting worse. They're trying to jump into horror. All the normies. I pissed off a lot of people by calling them normies.
I mean, it's fucking valid. So fuck them.
They're jumping on the Hellraiser thing. They're trying to generate controversy, and it's like, dude, this person's the 4th person to play Pinhead. What does not compete? I'm like, right, normies,
and she looks amazing. Like that's the thing.
Did you see my review? Did you see my?
I haven't yet.
All right.
Fucking busy. Give me the
you're doing stuff. For sake, it's me.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid, man. I hate it. It's bullshit. But yeah, it's like fuck. She's like, so of course Doug Bradley is Doug Bradley. Like there's no anything about that. But she's like the best looking Pinhead that we've had since Doug Bradley. Everybody else has kind of looked like shit.
Yeah, but everyone's forgetting that there's been 2 other actors, including Fat Pinhead, and all the normies are jumping on board, and you're like, fuck off. We're weirdos. We don't give a shit. Don't bring your nonsense from your other franchises here because we don't give a fuck. Piss off.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then they all go, what do you mean, normie? What do you mean, normie? I'm special. I'm like, no, you're a fucking normie. You don't have a fucking clue. Piss off.
Right.
They don't like that. You fucking comic book fucking mediocre fucking mainstream people. Piss off.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but if you stay up to date on the Marvel movies, you're probably not a horror fan.
Yeah.
Or I could just be making blanket statements like an asshole. But you know what? I'm fine with that.
No, because I've seen some of the other what do you call them? Reactors. This guy's like, oh, it's a horror movie. I'm like, ha, you fucking she has because they all give a big licks online. And then they don't properly embrace the darkness. They're all like fucking, I'm the big fucking da-da-da, bitch. And then, oh, scary demons. Just
fucking people.
Sad. But don't bring your bullshit into our franchise. We don't need it. We are fucking weirdos. We embrace weirdness. The more weird and fucked up things can be, we love it.
Yeah, of course. Well, and especially in a franchise like this, it's fucking Clive Barker, for Christ's sakes. If you've ever read a Clive Barker book, you understand it's creepy, it's fucking weird, and it's probably going to give you an awkward boner.
Yeah, we talked through the scene in Scarlet Gospels and fucking spit or blood, your choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that just
you can't be an istophobe and love that shit. You know what I mean? Fucking stop bringing your fucking normie shit into our BDSM demons. Like, fuck off.
Yeah, it's weird. Don't make things weird for us.
Yeah, we can do it ourselves. We're quite happy being weird, and we will go to places you can never imagine. Trust me. Yous won't last. Yous might think yous are going to come in here and bring your silly shit, but yous will get brain damaged because we'll just outthink it. And plus, we don't care what it is, what it identifies as. If it gets ripped apart and the flesh gets torn from its bones, we're happy. You won't be. You'll be in therapy for fucking years. We're already fucked.
Yeah, therapy's for weenies.
Yeah, they're trying so hard and it's just not landing, and I'm just laughing my balls off. Because I'm just like, wrong room, dickheads, wrong room.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the boring stuff that we've already given up on and don't give a shit about.
Right.
Stay there. Play in your own sandbox. We've been around much longer and much weirder, and nothing you can come up with will even touch the shittiest B movie that we will laugh at.
Yeah.
There you go. There's my speech. But it was just funny talking to somebody who actually works in marketing and going, so what module is this? Or were you all brought in for an update class? And it's like, no, this is all bonkers.
Yeah, that's funny as shit. Because it's true. Like, why the fuck does that have to exist to talk shit? I mean, when I do it, it's a fucking joke. But yeah, like that, there's people that actually do that, and that's okay. It's like, what the fuck?
And they believe it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be relevant because we're going to go through a couple of trailers. And the second one I want to talk about, just with because I've actually got more hope, I think, now than when it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
Just purely because there's shite that people talk. And the fucking actors, you know what I mean? They're just marionettes on the strings. They just say what they're told to say and try and make it as if they mean it. And it's just tragic because it just doesn't make sense. But anyway, on the relevant things, we have a new trailer dropped for our friends at Acrostar Films. You know, their project they're trying to get on. It came from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
The sort of 50s B movie science fiction horror. So they dropped that last night. I was asked to sort of review it. I've already done the teaser trailer. I'm trying to find my mouse here while I'm waffling. Fucking mouse cursors disappeared off on the other screen. Come back.
Damn technology.
Yeah. One day they'll be professional. They'll be weird. One day this will be clipped and professional. But like, who the fuck's that? That's not us.
And there'll be no soul in it anymore.
Yeah. Nah. That's no fun. Anyway. Aha. Is that working? Yep. Right. Okay. So hopefully we'll have sound and all that good stuff because I think I've clicked the right buttons.
I mean, it looks like it's working, so we'll see.
Right. So this is the full trailer for It Came From Somewhere. It's currently been funded on Indiegogo. We've featured them before. We had Anne, Bran, and Stephen on the show. Great folks. Freaking went for 2 hours plus yapping. So that always makes me happy if somebody can keep me talking for a while.
Right.
Nothing worse than somebody have to drag a conversation out of. So when the conversation's flowing, we'll go off on tangents, have a laugh. That's what I'm all about. So big bunch of guys.
Well, fuck, that's the whole point of doing this.
Yeah. But yeah, great bunch of guys. I forgot to stick the link. I'll add the link again into the description for those who want to support it. But yeah, still open. Let's get it happening and let's dive into the trailer.
Yeah.
Drive away your worries and cares at this drive-in theater, where you will see the finest motion pictures of all time, soon to be released.
Love the music.
Drama, comedy, adventure, excitement, something for everyone.
Gotta miss drive-ins.
There's something about that era.
Fuck yeah,
Supreme
guy
Leader
loves
will
a
be
theremin.
pleased once he receives a report about these puny humans.
These insignificant creatures should be easy to destroy.
Oh, it's only the blokes have antennas? Frosted glass. So 50s and 60s.
Will you stop shooting everyone you see? Gork Law protects us from harm. Space Treaty 45-0-5-40 states that Gork are allowed to terminate without restriction.
He was the mailman.
It's like critters.
We give you no choice. If you fail to help us, you will meet the same fate as this human.
Oh, there's Anne. Yep. Spoke to her. Oh, interspecies
I will
romance.
protect you.
You will?
Do you trust me?
Yes.
I mean, you gotta have it. I mean, really, who's not gonna try to bang an alien?
Gotta love the falling over in a flat field.
Have you no respect for human life?
No.
I can agree with that.
Oh yes, that
Hell
looks
yeah.
funny. Didn't really get much from the first trailer, and then one of the guys came on. Wasn't Bran? It was one of the other ones, and did a whole thing from a sofa, which just took me right out of this. This is there. This is cheesy as hell. I'm gonna love it.
Fuck yeah. I'm on board.
So is she gonna get the alien to fall in love with him, and then they're gonna? That's it. That's going to save the planet, maybe.
I mean, I hope not. I hope the planet still ends, but whatever.
Yeah. And we've got a monster as well, just randomly. So they're invading the planet, but we've got a monster thrown in just for shits and giggles. I love the skeleton. I have to say, I love that. That was brilliant with the pew.
Yeah, I definitely can't wait to see that full kill.
That looks like a lot of fun. Normally, I've done a couple of these myself. People have sent me on the Slasher app, links to their YouTube stuff, and the ones I reviewed I like, but there was a lot of been sent that are absolutely horrendous that I wouldn't review because I feel bad, panning somebody. Hollywood's fair game because they're dickheads, but if somebody's trying to make something, I'm not gonna like pan something just to be bitchy about it. However, our friend from 7 Star jumped onto one of my live streams. He wants us to review another one of his movies.
Cool.
Captain Turtleneck may return.
Oh Christ!
What is wrong
Captain
with you?
Turtleneck.
Did you not listen to our review? What the hell, man? He's like, do it again. I'm like, oh shit.
I mean, hey man, if he wants to send us a fucking screener link, I'll review that shit.
Yeah, I said to him, send us it or where to look at it. Yeah, we'll have a crack and maybe try and get him on this time because I tried to get him on last time, but it was all communications were up left.
And it's always such a motherfucker to coordinate everybody's schedules, but yeah, that'd be fun.
But yeah, so that's going in the future. Another roasting fest. I wonder if he's going to deliberately make it bad just for us. Wouldn't that be something? If somebody's actually making a movie just cheesy so we can rip into it, that would be if we achieve nothing else in this show.
Yeah, that's when we could hang up our hats and be like, we did something here.
Yeah, we've contributed to the world.
Of course, the irony is, chances are I'd be like fucking jerking off to it because that's kind of the shit that I like.
I think it's all about being done with heart, isn't it? So if somebody wants something to be cheesy, right? They know they don't have the budget, so the only way to go is to be cheesy. The worst ones are the ones that are trying to take themselves seriously and then completely fall short. That's the worst combination. But when somebody knows, hey, low budget, it's going to look awful, so we may as well embrace it. And then we embrace it too. And that's what I'm saying about, that was all about Miranda at the start. Fucking normies don't get it. If you're not in horror, you don't get it. That we love bad, awful movies. That's half the fun. And sometimes they're deliberately made bad just for us. Because there's no point trying to be Hollywood because that's not why we're here. And if you can't get your head around that, then you're not going to last.
Yeah.
Because you're going to expect fucking Marvel type shit, everyone, and you're going to be sorely disappointed. It was just funny because there was a conversation I was having last night with Brianna, and she was worried about coming into the horror genre because she comes completely different background and fashion. And because of the perception of horror fans and the horror scene, if that makes sense, because I hate that word community, you know, it just rhymes with cult these days. But, you know,
right.
the sort of people that come in, people expect us all to be like out of the same mold, fucking goth reject types that, you know, wash once a month whether we need it or not. That those type, you know. But they don't get that we couldn't be more different people, but this thing unites us. And when you hear the words like diversity and all that shit, there's nothing more diverse in the horror genre because we don't give a fuck.
Well, and it's like, regardless of where you come from, we're all just a bunch of chuds anyways. And it's like everybody could be a fucking horror fan. It's not like most other fandoms where, yeah, you kind of have to check the boxes. Like if you go to a horror convention, you're going to see just like a rainbow of different people there. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and that's what makes it enjoyable, and that's what makes it unique as well, because you don't know who you're going to meet and who you're going to talk to, and you might have different opinions. You might be it religious, political, socioeconomic, whatever. It doesn't matter. You're there for that moment, and that's what brings people together. We've seen the other franchises get absolutely annihilated by division, which we worked so hard in to get to the 90s, the point where we pulled everybody out of the boxes, and they're all trying to get put back in. It's like, come on, wise up. And don't come here.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't come here, you muppets. And for the part-time commentators that just do movies and then kind of jump into the horror genre, don't bring your stupid banal language into ours scene. Piss off of that. Oh, I can imagine them saying this now. I saw someone, and they just no context, no receipts, no proof, but just this blanket statement about horror fans. It's like, nah, wrong crowd, mate. Fuck off. You're barking up the wrong tree. Go somewhere else. I'm very protective now because I know these arseholes have destroyed everything and they're wanting to move in somewhere else, and they're starting because it's coming into October. They're starting to look our direction.
Oh,
and we all need to kind of stick together and go, get the fuck. Anyway, something more mainstream. I take it you're familiar with the new Wednesday Addams show that's coming out. So they've dropped another trailer. I have concerns because, once again, the actors have been told to spew their words, and the actress is playing Wednesday Addams is making a big thing about being Hispanic, even though the character's father's Gomez. You know, it doesn't compute. You know what I mean? You don't have a father called Gomez and like be 100% white. Just what they did with Christina Ricci, for example, just playing the golf thing. You know, that was it. So once again, they're bringing their bullshit into. I know this is more comedy horror, you know, non-standing TV show, but still, stay in your lane. But with a new trailer, I wonder if that's gonna work. Nope. Right, hang on.
We got this.
I need to remove this one, and then I need to. Stop screen. Shit. Sure. I thought you were able to queue up.
Yeah, that's
right. Let's try again. There we go. That's better.
Hey.
Sorry about that, folks. Right. I thought it just stayed in the tab, but no, it links to the actual video. That's so you have to I think build up a couple of these. Still learning this this platform. Still better than what we had.
Yeah. No, definitely no complaints here.
Still better than what we're using. So we'll go with that. But anyway, this is a new trailer, Wednesday Addams versus Thing. And I think this is dropping in November. I think it's the 23rd or something towards the end.
23rd, hell yeah. I've been waiting to hear about the release day for that.
Yeah, that's more like it. I was concerned because when they did the original teaser trailer and the actor's going, I'm socially awkward, I'm this, and blah, 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 representation. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Is she going to be like a wooden plank pretending to be Wednesday? At least we're seeing her acting like Wednesday Addams. I don't get there's a difference between being socially awkward and socially uninterested. And I always got the impression from Wednesday Adams character that she was above people, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 100.
It wasn't that she was awkward or afraid to fit in. She just didn't want to. She
Yeah, no, she always
was.
could very easily. It's just she didn't want to.
Yeah, and
so
that was
I
that
think
was the
the
charm of
actor
her
didn't
character.
understand the assignment.
But once again, for these interviews, this is the problem with the corporate machine. You have these arseholes in the grey suits, in the back office, and they want to spew these words because that's the corporate speak.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've ever been in an induction in a corporate entity, it's the worst time of your life because you just got these bland people going words, 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 words.
Mm-hmm.
They don't mean it. And the game still continues. The minute all the fluffiness and nice is finished, everyone's putting the knives in the back. Yeah. So they had her speaking these words as usual, and she was really putting me off the character and her acting just with her sitting there speaking. I'm like, oh fuck, what is this? Is this going to be some tween fucking drama? But that's giving me a bit of hope.
Yeah, no, that looks like spot on.
That's giving me a bit of hope, and I like what they've done with Thing. They've made him more like a Frankenstein's monster rather than just a severed hand.
Yeah, that's fucking cool. I'm definitely excited for it. And then to know some of the cast, like Luis Guzman as Gomez, like that's spot on fucking choice.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with him. I know there's been jokes about because he's not like previous incarnations, but well,
and that's the shit that gets me. Like, people fucking bitch about it. Cool. Did you ever read the fucking comic strip? He looks like OG
Oh yeah, no,
Gomez.
I've seen the comic strip, and and that's what I'm talking about. See, that's fucking manufactured controversy because people don't have faith in their products anymore. What happened to? Oh, this is a great movie. You're going to enjoy this. This is a great thing. You're gonna have fun with it. No, the only way people can advertise now is this fucking manufactured controversy and having people bitching on social media, and then they're wondering why films are failing because you see all this shite appear and you're like, fuck, I want nothing to do with that. And then you don't go to the cinema, you don't put money into it because you're like, I'm not getting involved in that madness, going nowhere near it. And that's what most of the mainstream audience, nobody wants drama in their life. Most people don't. Most people work hard, all they want is a bit of entertainment and escapism for a bit. And forget it. They don't want to think, oh, fuck, right. If I go to watch a certain movie, am I automatically picking a side and having to get into arguments?
Yeah, I mean, that's just that naturally happens. We don't need to think about it.
Yeah. We can, which I think we're probably going to do in a minute.
You're going to be surprised.
Really?
Yeah, looking at the notes, you'll be surprised.
All right, okay. I was expecting something else.
No.
I thought I was treading on holy ground.
No, definitely not.
All right. Oh, are we going to agree again? Oh dear, this has happened too often now.
I know this is fucking bullshit. We need to find something that we both have severe different opinions on.
Yeah, God, what happened to the good old days? Fuck's sake.
Right? I tell you how you're wrong, and then you say words I can't understand because my dumb American brain doesn't know them. Like, I feel like we're regressing. We're regressing.
Oh dear, we need to get that sorted immediately. But anyway, let's dive into the remake.
Hell yeah.
So, if you didn't read the description, we're going to talk about Dawn of the Dead.
Hell yeah, 2004, Zack Snyder and James Gunn written.
When I saw Zack Snyder, I'm like, oh fuck, here we go.
I completely forgot he did this movie. It's like, oh wow, he used to know how to make zombie movies at one point.
My theory is that James Gunn kept them in check. I'm seeing Wonder Woman, like the first Wonder Woman movie, all over again, where Zack Snyder's kept in his little box for a bit. But you just know he's like, let me out, let me do my things. This was a decent remake.
Yeah, I love it. I forgot how much I enjoyed this movie. It's admittedly it's been a few years since I've watched it. Like I tend to watch the OG one a bit more often, but yeah, this is a good fucking movie.
I think the issue with Romero's work is they're a product of their time,
Mm-hmm.
and they're limited because of if you think even action, in terms of action scenes, the way they've progressed, never mind technology, but the way actors are taught now in sort of combat and, just portraying certain things like soldiers, in this case, and police officers.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, the moves were just absolute bloody chaos. It was like, grab this thing and run about. You know what I mean? And he's not the only movie. It was, like I said, it's a product of his time.
Definitely.
Kind of break us into three parts, the sort of three acts of the movie. I would say that the first act of the remake was done, don't hit me, it's done better than Romero.
Again, I'm going to fucking agree with you.
Oh, shit.
I know. It's fucking bizarre.
I'm just waiting for an explosion in red mist to cover your
Dude,
camera.
it's true. Like, of course, George A. Romero he's a god of cinema. I mean, we would not have the horror we have today without the likes of his kind.
Absolutely not. No, nobody will ever take that from him.
No, but this movie, it has better pacing. It like, even just the opening, like getting to the mall, everything with that versus the first one, it's just so much smoother and it makes more sense.
Yeah, because in the original, it's absolute bloody chaos.
Mhm.
And the original, it opens up and it's already begun. The zombie
Mhm.
outbreak's begun. It's on the media. The news networks being the news network and just completely falling apart was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It was the bit where they're just randomly clearing out a house, and that whole scene with the police and the soldiers, and because he's a social commentator, of course you have the uber racist just letting rip and going nuts.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole thing, they're not right. There's no coordination. Like, oh, somebody's throwing a tear gas canister in. Oh, we better put our masks on. As if surprised by doing that. There's just absolute pandemonium. And I'm sorry if there's this saying that you in adversity you don't rise the level of your expectations, but rather you fall to the level of your training. That was always something that was taught in the us. It doesn't matter. You don't think what you're going to do. You fall down to, okay, lads, this is a situation we're in. Room by room, we're doing it this way.
Mm-hmm.
And that actually helps you. That's the difference between training and not training.
Yeah.
Another example, like a paramedic, some of us would come across a car crash, and horror fans will obviously laugh. I mean, that's as I did, but normal people would throw up and stuff. But a paramedic would straight away go in and start assessing the situation and applying first aid and triaging the casualties. That's the difference between being trained to deal with the situation and somebody coming up against it randomly. So the way the soldiers and the police were running about like absolute loonies, and just like the gas mask thing was really pissing me off, because if you've ever had a whiff of CS gas, it's not fun. And you don't just go, oh, better put my mask on. Once that seal is broken, you're fucked.
Shit.
That's it. You know what I mean? Once that shit gets in, you're out of commission. Especially if it's military grade, CS, and it's in an enclosed space like that was the canister. You're not. Once that breaks the seal of your mask, so you don't go into it. If you're planning to throw gas canisters, you have your mask on and hoods up. Everything's ready to go before you go in. You don't fucking go in halfway. Oh, dropped it. I have enough time to put that. You don't. You're fucked. So that kind of stupidity. Oh, I'm going to talk now. Put my mask back on. Talk now. Put that. I'm like, fuck off.
Makes for interesting filmmaking, not for real life.
Yeah, but it just shows how badly it's aged.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, the pacing at the start is just, I know he's trying to come across with chaos of the scenario, but still there's chaos in the filmmaking. Whereas at least in this one, we have Anne. Is it Anne?
Yeah.
Yeah, the nurse, right? She's going to work as normal. And she's not keeping up with the news, but everything's unfolding all around her to the point where, boom, we'll have it. It worked.
Yeah. Well, because that's realistic. Like, if there was something like that to happen, it's going to slowly onset and just barely seep into people's minds, like at its peak. So, like, that's real. I believe it. Like, you're a working stiff, you're gonna be dealing with shit that's more important, and then all of a sudden, oh hey, zombie apocalypse. Fuck, I should probably do something.
Yeah, and even in the remake, the bit where obviously her husband gets killed and that wee girl, their neighbor, that you saw her speaking to before coming home, you know what I mean? Nice neighborhood, everyone knows each other. And then the complete chaos of her getting into a car and trying to drive away and somebody trying to steal her car. That was done so much better, even though the pace increased and there was chaos. It fit. Whereas in original, the first act of this, getting into the mall. No, I mean, the first act's to me is up to them getting into the mall. In the original, it was just all over the place. And the fact that it had a helicopter involved in the first one, just randomly, and it just bonkers. I found it hard to take in, if you know what I mean. A few times it's just hard to go, what the hell's happening here? But this one, you see the progression. Because someone tries to steal her car, she ends up crashing it, so it makes sense why she ends up in the culvert. Comes across the cop, whose name I can't remember, but
Kenneth,
right? Comes across him. It makes sense, and even them meeting the other group makes sense.
Yeah,
and the plus and the feelings of this remake is the number of people involved. So there was a tighter group in the original, which I think worked really well in some aspects. This being a slightly larger group worked too initially to get them into the mall, because
plus it gave us people to kill off, so that's always nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Which made it a bit tricky with the first one. How are we going to get lots of people killed? Oh, right, biker gang.
Fuck yeah,
that'll do it.
Hell yeah, fucking Tom Savini's best role ever.
So yeah, to me in the remake, the first act of introducing the main characters, everything just going to rat shit, and them getting into the shopping mall worked a lot better. Where this kind of falls apart is the second act. It's still a good, now don't get me wrong, it's still a good movie, in my opinion. No, I mean, it's a decent type movie until the end, but we'll get to that. But when they're actually in the shopping mall and they meet the three, CJ and the other two security guards, it's just dumb.
Yeah,
this is Snyder out of his box. I want to write some script. Let me write some script.
Right.
All right. Okay, you can write that bit. We're going to kill him anyway. So here, there you go, Zach. Write that wee bit. There you go, son. Back in your box.
Yeah, they definitely seemed out of place. Excuse me. And they just seem like they'd be so easy to overpower. And realistically, see in the world, somebody's pointing a gun at you, you fucking take them out the second you get a chance. At least,
especially a police officer. You know, I mean, he's trained to do that. You know, security guards aren't.
No, and why the fuck they all had guns? It's like no security guard in a mall has a fucking firearm.
Fucking rough neighborhood, eh?
I guess, shit.
Mad. Yeah, that whole bit with the three and right, that's a large space to secure. You need people, and you've got enough food and all that kind of stuff. So, that's resources aren't going to be a problem unless the electricity and the water stops flowing, which eventually it would anyway. You know, I mean, that's on the cards. But for a place that size, you're going to need to secure it. So you need people.
Yeah.
You need. This is why we have tribes, and that's why we lived in caves together. That's why we built mud huts together and didn't just go off and individual, because it works. Communities work.
Mm-hmm.
So these guys just acting like absolute dipshits made no sense.
Well, especially because, I mean, let's just go to baser instincts. Like, there's fucking women there, remotely attractive women. Why are you going to be an asshole? At some point, you're going to try to fuck them. Like, come on.
Yeah. And the original, obviously, the four of them get onto the roof of the mall, take it over.
Mm-hmm.
I think they made a better use out of their situation in the original.
Mm-hmm.
This is where it's superior, because you have an entire shopping mall to yourself. You make a home out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Where in the remake, this is where it kind of didn't work for me. They still look as if they're. I've seen better homeless communities under bridges than what they did in the shopping mall, and there's loads of them.
Yeah.
Even this, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, there's no reason why they shouldn't be super comfortable. Like, at the very least, having a nice tent laid out, having like a pretend campground.
Yeah, they could have done so
Come on,
much.
that'd be the shit.
There's home.
Well, that's the funny thing about this movie. That's the one thing I will say, I guess, sort of negative about this movie, is it felt really rushed for a 2-hour fucking movie. That's the thing I don't get, because they could have like really drawn out a lot more things than they did, and instead the things that are drawn out are the things that really don't matter that much.
Yeah, because in the original, we see them making a home for themselves,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what set off the chain of events. Because it's a zombie movie,
Mm-hmm.
something has to go wrong for the zombies to get in. That's the formula.
Yeah.
Because if you're sitting in a nice, secure enclosure, nobody can get in. Well, the movie's not going anywhere. So that thing has to go wrong. But the first one set it up so well that once they were in there, they got settled. They made a life for themselves and accepted their situation. In the remake, it was like they hadn't quite accepted, and they were only like sitting there temporary, planning to move. Still sitting on boxes, sort of thing. Where in the original we saw, God, what was it? The other Kevin, the other cop, even using the boxes, he made a table and chairs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just that simple. Didn't cost any money. It was just a bit of thought. Yeah, that's what I would do. But in the remake, there's none of that. There's a bit of tarp thrown up for the other scene that we're going to talk about, but that was it. Everyone else was just living open and just laying about the place. And you're like, so if they've only been there like 10 minutes, you know what I mean? They kind of made it in the original. This was the length of time, and they let the length of time show.
Mm-hmm.
In this, it felt like this was all happening in the space of 2 days.
Yeah.
Which, kind of lost me a bit. What did you think about... Sorry.
Oh, no, I was just agreeing.
All right, okay, sorry. I thought you were about to say something. I'm like, oops.
No, that's...
Give them not a chance.
Yeah, no, just straight up. I agree. Like, the timeline for this is very wonky. You never really know how long they're there or what's taking place.
Yeah, it's very strange. What did you think of the introduction of the truckload of new characters?
I mean, it's a good way to bring people in, I guess. It worked.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence, because I think because the original, it was a tight group and they made it work with a tight group.
Mm-hmm.
Once they brought in a bucket load of new characters and nothing changed, if they had brought in the new characters and then it turned into a fortress, they started working together, putting up chainmail fence, maybe blockading off the bottom of the mall and making that a no-go area and sending out foraging parties, and made it, dare I say it, like The Walking Dead sort of thing.
Yeah.
That would have made sense, but they didn't.
No, it's like pretty much all their introduction was to bring the virus into the building, and that was it. Because I mean, we do get one of the cooler looking zombies out of this, but I feel like that's really about all we got with those additional characters.
Yeah, very strange. Same again, just didn't It didn't add anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the 3 security guards were so against having 4 extra people, then we were fine with another. How many were there? Fucking another 8 or so. I lost count.
There's 5, right?
There was a couple.
I think there was,
The one you're talking about, the huge girl.
mhm.
Uh,
I
the
want to say there
driver.
was 5.
5. Okay, so another 5 characters.
Yeah, we'll say 5.
All of a sudden, they're perfectly fine with that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And they didn't just drive up to the cargo bay doors to smash through the door. You're like,
Yeah, that
dude.
part doesn't make fucking sense. Like, I understand plowing over some zombies, but you can also do that going much slower. Which I hate fast zombies. I hate fast zombies.
There's one particular scene later on, and it just had me in stitches because this is where the change in zombies, like Romero, they're the Walking Dead,
Mm-hmm.
and they actually spent some time in the original going, why do they come here? And it's latent memory, familiarity,
Mm-hmm.
and they can kind of hold on to stuff, and that's, you know what I mean, there's still some of the residual human there, but the virus is eating it away. They're automatons. But that was the frightening thing Romero brought about the original shambling zombie was that they didn't stop.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't have pain awareness or awareness of threat. They just sensed the living flesh or the I actually think Return of the Living Dead did it better when they talk about the brains and how they need the brains and it hurts and can communicate. But they were kind of touched on it with the original Romero version that why are they here? And they're kind of shambling through like memory lapses, and then eventually that's starting to disappear the longer it goes.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't stop. These ones are kind of running about, stopping, starting. And there's this particular scene where they're running to the bottom of the stairs and then they do this.
Yeah.
Because somebody's garden is like, what the fuck? It's like, what the hell's going on? Oh, we got a guess. We have Adam.
Hey, you know what? We're all in agreement. It's fucking weird. This is so bizarre.
That's what I'm saying. It's a good remake. It's not a horrible remake. We've done some horrible ones like, oh, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
But it's just so like strange in certain aspects because the most of the story was tight. I feel, but the second part in the shopping mall itself just fell apart. It just doesn't work. And it was so much potential. If they had just followed the beats maybe from the first movie, they'd have been golden.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I mean, it just felt like it was a bunch of just stuff. Like there was no real story. It was just setting up ways for people to die, which I'm fine with.
Yeah,
and I like
cool.
that.
Did it need to be 2 hours to do that though?
Yeah, for an hour and 49-minute runtime, like there should be a little bit more story.
Yeah, it's already setting like an hour 20 minutes would be fine. Setting people up to die quickly, cool, all for it. But taking that length of time was just, fucking
Zack Snydery,
yeah, that's him all over. I think James Gunn keeping him in line, I think for most of it worked, or else this would have been much worse.
I mean, fuck, look at Army of the Dead or whatever the fucking last one was.
I couldn't get past the intro,
dude. That was.
I couldn't
3
get past
hours. I will never get back.
Fair play to you for making it through because I couldn't. I give up. I just saw your typical fucking Zack Snyder exposition shite at the beginning. At least that's he waits to the end of the movies. He's probably told, right? You can have your bit at the end of the movie when everyone's watched it, but I really don't like that man. He's an arse. What did you think? The setup for the birth scene. Because we had Andre and God, what was her name? Judah? The married couple.
The shit is it?
Luda. It was a name I'm not familiar with. Andre and Luda.
Yeah,
so they're the married pregnant couple that basically came in at the start.
Well, and it's great because it's a movie, as soon as you see her, it's like, oh, we're probably going to see a zombie baby. And that did not disappoint.
But the setup for it was very odd.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I said, they're the only ones that actually threw up some tarp. Like, everyone else wasn't even organized in the bedrooms. Or anything.
Yeah, and
everyone was just hanging about in a room, that's what I'm saying. I have problems with the second act.
Well, I never really considered until just now, like, where the fuck did he get those tie-down straps? Like, he has, like, actual restraints for her.
From a psychiatric ward?
Yeah, it's like, I didn't see, like, a kink store. Because those aren't, like, the kind you'd find at, like, some goofy
No, they're industrial
shop. Like, those are some
psych
actual,
ward type
like,
shit.
yeah, like the kind of shit you strap a motherfucker down with because they're crazy.
And, right, they're all in close proximity to each other because there's no setup of them, building or even how to use the shops as individual housing units for the groups would have made sense, but there was none of that. So the only people that have sneaked off to the side is Andre and Luda.
Mm-hmm.
And Andre's the only one that's put up a tarp. Now, Anne's a nurse. And she's been looking after them. They've already had an infection.
Mm-hmm.
And she just looked like one giant prosthetic. You knew what was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But still, they had the experience of somebody infected coming into the group. And they had to be wary of people getting bit. And, oh God, when she gave that speech, remember, we're going to shoot the guy in the head because he got bitten? And she gave that fucking pretentious speech.
It's like, it's the zombie apocalypse. You got to kill him. Fuck.
Yeah, but also, I wouldn't mind a bullet to the head rather than going around like one of them things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, right. I'm going to slowly lose my marbles and maybe be inside there as my body shambles about and don't know how much is me in there while something else takes over. Mm-hmm. Yeah, bullet to the head, please. I'll have one of those.
Please, yeah.
Thank you very much. Oh,
we'll take 2 just to be safe.
Both movies, they fucking need to work on their body disposal fucking techniques.
I mean, hey, it works. Just throw it over the side, whatever.
But it's still going to be there and fucking things decompose. Once again, especially the second movie has no excuses because they have a larger group. So they could set... Bed, Bath, and Body Works. Oh, is that what? Okay.
That is...
Right, obviously you go to the aisles that we don't. Right, okay, Adam. Right.
Yeah, no, I would definitely be squatting in Bath and Body Works. Fucking, especially this time of year, man. You got fucking vampire's blood, you got ghoul friend, like it's gonna smell delightful in there. And you'll have all the hand sanitizer, all the soap you need. I mean, that's where I'm going.
Yep. But body disposal, right? Before we get to the birth scene, we'll do that in a minute. Let's go on a wee tangent. In the first movie, they're actually very clinical about it, picking them up. And then they put them in the fridge with the fresh food, not the freezer.
Yeah, that just makes sense.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And also, why aren't they moving the meat joints into the freezer unit? Maybe it's just me, a wee bit of a food preparation background, but you know what I mean? You know that stuff's going to go off, even though it's vacuum sealed.
Common sense background, yeah.
Fucking, cut them joints into segments and fucking into the freezer, so you're going to have long. You know what I mean? If they're thinking long game, why do they? And you don't dump a fucking bunch of zombie bodies. But God, who was it? Joe in the first one died. It's the most iconic scene of any zombie movie is him in the bed. That image has been used forever. In movies, like it's one of the most iconic scenes Romero created. But to bury him in the wee fucking plot, like they even took the time to bury him in the mall itself. That was thinking, but these other guys just fuck them over the side, not thinking, oh, these are going to rot and fucking flies and bloat and shit and disease. And they've got a nurse who knows about aseptic technique.
Yeah.
And fucking disease prevention. Because she's already talking about, cleaning out wounds and giving people, you know what I mean? Fuck off. But meanwhile, all this, and then you've got fucking Andre acting suspiciously, taping up part of the fucking thing, and don't come in here. I know you can't see my pregnant wife.
Yeah,
Well,
totally
I've already
not
had the
suspicious.
conversation about shooting people in the head for being zombies or about to turn into one.
Mhm.
Not suspicious at all. And then it's right at the very end where she transforms and gives birth. Oh, something's going on. Duh. Like, none of these people deserve to survive. Let's be honest.
No, none of them.
Like that's kind of the rubber stamp on. You need to go. That level of stupidity and not, especially in a heightened situation, not being aware of somebody's fucking strapped to a bed, moaning and crying 24 hours a day.
Yeah. When it's pretty quiet in that mall anyways, because that happened before the zombies broke into the mall.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know how the fuck they didn't hear it.
And they're all in the same room, in the same sitting on boxes.
Right.
So it's not as if they're spread out around the mall. Yeah, they're all fucking next to the cafe bar, all sitting on boxes. Like, what the fuck? So, hold on. I'm just taping up this area for our privacy. Yeah, right. We're having a look.
Right. Well, and especially Anne, or Anna, she's a fucking nurse. Why wouldn't she be in there? Like, oh, she sounds like she's either in pain or having a child. I should probably go over there with my medical training.
Yeah, but sure. Yeah, it was a fun scene in terms of practical effects and gore and horror. Yep. Her giving birth to a zombie baby, just brilliant. And him sitting cuddling. You just knew. You just knew what it was. Fair enough. But the whole setup for that just had me slapping my head multiple times. You can kind of see the red still there. Where I'm just like going, doh. That was from last night. Oh man. Then we'll go into this is where we start getting into the third act, because that kind of finishes off the second act, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Where things are going to go wrong. I'm in two minds, because in the original, the way they set up for the break-in made sense. You had an external force. They were going to ride it out, but then because we had the payoff that we've seen them build their home and they build their life, and then having these arseholes come in and tear it apart, set Michael, the original Michael, over the edge. Because he's just like, that's my home. It's our home. We built this. We took it, and fires a shot, which kicked off everything. That made sense.
Yeah.
And this one, not so much. There was a power outage, wasn't it? That's what kicked the whole thing off. There's a power outage, and then zombies have got in. And then that's what is at that point they found the dog? Chips?
Yeah. Yeah, because he's in the parking garage.
Yeah, so they go down, and then zombies are coming in, like, oh, right, we'll have to get out of here. We'll have to talk about Chips, because that was such a tease. Because you knew he's literally dangling the dog to go, I might kill him, I might not. I might kill him, I might not. You just have to watch and see.
I hate that shit.
Fuck you.
And then, of course, we get the scene where he goes over to what was it, Andy's building? I think.
Oh yeah, we haven't even talked.
And they're
about
like just like roping him down. It's like, no, he'll be fine. Zombies don't give a shit about dogs. And the whole time it's just like, oh god, I swear to God, if anybody eats this dog, I'm fucking turning off this movie.
Yeah, if I had done that was it. I was fucking done. But yeah, we didn't talk about Andy. Andy was the interesting development they brought in this, which I kind of liked.
Well, it's like between him and Kenneth, like those were the two characters that made sense and actually had their head on straight.
Yeah, and that they got the whiteboards, writing the notes across, using the binoculars. They're then building a bit of community. Just, we're in this shit. How do we get through it? Playing chess. And then actually, because he's in the gun store, they're playing Pop the Zombie, which was really fun. That was a fun scene.
Yeah. Because, I mean, why wouldn't you do that?
Absolutely. Like, that's called making the best of a situation. Now, we got more no scenes than we did in the entire time they're in the mall.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean those brief scenes? And that's what they could achieve 20 minutes off this movie, because those brief scenes we got more of them accepting their situation, making the best,
Mhm.
and you also got an idea of time scale.
Yeah.
Because they'd actually got to the point where they nicknamed the zombies going around the parking lot.
Mhm.
And it actually had that much of a rapport that Andy knew who they were talking about.
Yeah, that shit was
Dropping
so
them.
funny.
And that was just, that was enough to give me an insight of the time scale. But the stuff in the mall didn't make sense. That's where the
Mhm.
kind of ties up. But then Andy's up, he's hungry, running out of food. Makes sense. So they have to get stuff to him. And that's where the whole scene with Chips comes in.
Mhm. Well, and then that's like that whole part of the movie is pretty much like the real horror of the entire show. Because of course he's got a walkie-talkie. They're talking while the dog's trying to get through, and you hear him get overran and killed. And it's like there's nothing you can do at all, and that's the real horror of it.
Yeah, and that's I mean, they've accepted the managed in those couple of scenes to build a rapport. You're invested in Andy's character, and you were able to see that the group were invested in Andy as well. Which, like I said, all the shit that happened in the mall itself was pointless. But those couple of scenes were enough that was their nightly entertainment. They all went up the roof to let him pop zombies because he's so good with a rifle, and then it made him valuable as well because he was in a gun store with loads of ammo, crack shot. So he wasn't just an entertainment, he was a valuable asset that they were going to factor into their plans.
Yeah.
Steve's my spirit animal.
That's fair. Calypso agrees.
But yeah, but you know what I mean? The managed to do that in a short period of time, so all the exposition was kind of wasted. And that's where I think the whole James Gunn, Snyder, bouncing off each other and kind of in polar opposites, because they're both big ego, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Big ego directors in their own right. And they're both in charge of certain elements of this movie, and you can kind of see where they're grating against each other. And it still worked. And then we had the scene. So in the original movie, it's when the biker gang arrives, and that's the whole, oh shit, Fortress is broken, we got to move on. Because you could, the movie has to go that direction. In the original, when did they start building the buses? Afterwards, wasn't it? After Nicole loses her mind and...
Yes. Yeah. Because
no, they started building the buses beforehand. They had the plan to get Andy. Sorry, we had the A-team moment where they're stripping down the. Yes, because
I just watched last night and I already forgot.
It was Nicole's actions that kicked everything off early. They weren't ready to go just yet. They were preparing, but they knew Andy wasn't going to last until they left. I mean, they were planning this for a couple of days in advance. They were saying, remember, they were counting down 5 days, and then he says hungry because and basically he wasn't going to last 5 days without food.
Yeah,
so
okay.
That's what that thing is, and then Nicole then loses her mind, which I agree. I'd do the same.
Yeah, absolutely. Fuck the people. The dog's in trouble. I'm going.
Yeah, I'm mowing things down. They will.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's the same. Like in the original one with the biker gang, we had that element that kicks everything off. So Nicole's smashing into the gun store, and they knew they needed to get in for ammunition anyway, and blah blah. So they decided just to head off there and then. It started off good, the idea of the convoy, but you knew one of those buses was going to get wiped out because there's too many characters to fit on the yacht.
Yeah. Well, I just love that too. Like, Steve being like, "Oh, well, you never see the captain do anything," because he's like, "Yeah, I got a yacht. Let's just take that to this random island."
But
yeah, that guy's fucking funny.
How do you find islands? Oh, right. So nobody ever charted waters or anything. We all forgot about that.
Right, especially right off the coast of a major city. Yeah, I know, it's some mysterious island.
Yeah, sorry, just coming from an island nation where everything you get by, you've actually even back in the old days, it used to be easier to travel by ship to places than by road or flying. Still now, like we go between the British Isles and the various outlying islands, it's all by ferry and ships, and we use them like buses. Even here in when you go down in central London across the Thames, you've got like Uber ferries. So you know what I mean? Because it's easier to traverse the river and go from one end to the other than drive. So you've got like these big taxi boat bus things as well, and just seafarer nation. So maybe the idea of people going, water? Scary water? What? Steve was the only irredeemable character in this. Like, he was just an asshole from day one to day end.
Yeah, it was funny. He was the comic relief, but at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, you just kind of want to punch him in the face.
Yeah, that was it. And you're just like, he's that one character. And that's the thing maybe other franchises don't get. In horror movies, you have that one character, right? And they're designed to wind you up. And what they do is to tease their death. You know they're going to die because they're not going to be the final girl or final bloke. You know what I mean? They're not coming out of it, but it's when. And any decent horror movie director that knows his stuff or her stuff understands this character. They're there to piss you off, and you're just waiting for their death scene. But it's like, I'm going to give it to you. Not yet, though. Not yet. Wait, bitches. And you know when you're getting dangled, strung along, that you're in a good movie because you're like, come on, kill him now.
Right.
But just funny, like, it just didn't go shit, just, I'm going to be an asshole and all this. And the part was that he had the boat, like, they're going to a marina and there's no other boats, keys, or ways that, I don't know. But it worked, But like I said, he's just that character designed to wind you up when he's gonna get to the end. And that's where everything just kicks off. Then the two bosses just crash out. It was funny the way they were all happy with their chainsaw tool thing.
Yeah.
Look at this, and we can do this. Like,
and how that was so romantic. It's like, oh, look at this chainsaw. Let's make out. I mean, to be fair, if I gave my wife a chainsaw, she'd probably make out with me. So I get it. But yeah, it was just so weird that setup.
Just and then it just turns into a straight out action flick.
Yeah, it's very much that's the Zack Snyder stamp.
Yep, that's what I mean. He's been sitting in the box. I want it in my box. I want it in my box. Okay, you can do this, but this is why you're brought in because you do the visual blowy up stuff best. Right, there you go. You have that bit. Yeah, the second boss where they actually end up accidentally chopping each other up into bits with a chainsaw.
That shit's so goddamn funny.
I
fucking love that.
I'm just like, wah! But you knew one of the bosses had to go. There's too many people for the yacht. And no way does any movie have that many survivors. It's not a TV series.
Yeah.
So yeah, one of them bosses had to go. And go it did in such a spectacular fashion. But of course I had Steve on it, so they had to go back for it. They couldn't just leave it because he had the keys. But yeah, it was so hilariously over the top and well done. And when you think about that middle act that kind of went nowhere apart from a few bits, and then this just went full steam ahead, it was brilliantly done.
Yeah.
Kind of brought you back into the movie again.
Well, and then the nice part is, like, once they actually get to the boat, you think, okay, they're saved. They're going to go to this remote island. You start watching the credits and realize it's not a happy ending. They all get taken out. So good. Right. And it's just so funny too, that it's told through the lens of Steve's sex camera. So we get the little glimpses of him banging some chick and then like them cutting over on the tape to what's going on. So good.
To me, that's a minute. The only way I can describe, because this is a reasonably tight movie, apart from the bits we talked about, it's a reasonably tight movie. You're not struggling to get through it, especially when you get to the third act, because everything picks up in pace enough, so you kind of forget about the second act. So it worked in that respect. Right up to the minute where Michael makes a noble sacrifice, and you hear the gunshot, and then the best way I can describe that point onwards, just boom.
I mean, it's pretty apt.
It just transfers into fucking Rob Zombie movie or found footage attempt. It just turns into something completely else and daft as fuck.
See, I just find it as like it's the bow on the present to let you know that it's done. Like there's not going to be a sequel. These people are fucking gone. No matter what they did, this was the end for them.
I think it was the way it was
it's goofy,
presented,
but
though.
I liked it, and I love having stuff like that. Because of course now we're in the days of post-credit scenes from Marvel, so you watch all the credits so you can see a 2-second scene. Whereas this, I mean, it's almost a little short film that we're getting to keep your interest through seeing all the people's names.
Yeah, I think maybe maybe they haven't done a found footage and done like little intersperse of like with the same. You know me in found footage movies, I hate them.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking hate it. I just hate the
But have you seen found footage 3D yet?
No.
You gotta see it, man.
I know you keep saying I saw it on
Gotta see
Shudder,
it.
and I'm like, oh, I have to. I wanna.
You do wanna. I can
Oh,
assure
no,
you.
I don't wanna do it. That made me
Especially if
do
you
it.
got like the red and blue glasses, you gotta wear them while you're watching it. It's so
We've got it in
good.
Shudder and they put it in 2D, and it's like, fuck you, I'm gonna end up doing it at some point. Oh my god.
Gotta do it, man. It's fucking good.
I think it annoyed me about the end was they did a really clever thing in the middle. They played Down with the Sickness by Disturbed in a like are you familiar with Postmodern Jukebox, the band?
Mm-hmm.
So they do the cover songs in like 50s swing style.
Oh, yeah, it was Richard Cheese.
Yeah, so that was really clever.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, because both Gunn and Snyder are pretentious arseholes, oh, the audience is too stupid, they'll not figure it out themselves. So I'm going to play the original song. So no, the audience is stupid. You're not Hollywood, you're stupid. It just, they ruined their setup and the clever things that they've done with just the end, you know. Like, the music didn't fit because the whole tone of the movie and then the end just, it becomes something else. I just found it really jarring.
See, I don't know. I felt like it went well with the movie, and like the harsh transitions kind of worked almost like the transitions in the film. Like this is a point in time because this is almost 20 years ago. This is right at the very end of what I would consider, and a lot of people consider, like the crowning point of movie soundtracks. Like sometimes they put more money and more effort into the soundtracks of the movies than they did in the movies, and they turned out better than them. And this is like right on the very tail end of that era. So it's, I don't know, man. I think it worked.
I just think because it wasn't the same theme throughout the movie. It was just the way it came to that, you know, brought in, just felt different.
Mm.
Maybe it's me. I'm getting 2 against 1 here. No, I'm getting bullied. Just because I'm quiet and getting picked on. Fuck's sake. Everyone's a fucking
It's because we
critic,
can't completely agree on everything. Otherwise, it's just fucking boring.
No, for fuck's sake. No, it's like we're starting to get a pattern here where we're agreeing on too much shit. So I just found it very much the music during the movie just completely changed. Like from the gunshot, it just went into something else, and I just found a bit, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, it could be worse. Could have been like the original Suicide Squad. That's some harsh fucking music.
Let's not talk about that shit. Let's not go there. That's why we love horror, because it's not that shit.
Yep.
I just think what I'm just saying in my head is the competing forces of Gunn and Snyder, and each one wanting their bit. I got to be in charge of this bit, and I can just see that battle going through this movie, and it just that's where I find it amusing. And Gunn's wanting to do this bit, and I wrote the script, but I'm the director. You just picture those two arseholes fucking yapping at each other. I want to do explosions. I want the music. No. It just, That's just spinning back in my head. Here's the thing, though, during the credits that made me prick up. Heather Langenkamp was the special effects coordinator for this movie.
Yeah, that's a trip.
I'm like, bloody hell, is that what she's been doing with herself? Because she kind of, after the Final Nightmare, she kind of fell off the radar.
Mm-hmm.
But it turns out that she's made a whole career for herself in production and special effects, makeup, and she's like, fuck it, I'm going to do that now. It's more fun.
Right, and that just makes her so much cooler than she already was.
I just saw her, and you're just like, name. Oh!
Mm-hmm.
So I can thank if it wasn't for that, end credit scene, I wouldn't have picked that up.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Thanks, guys. Yeah, you just give me a headache, but, at least I got to see Heather and relive some of my old faps.
Right. You just need to see the name.
Start Googling again for research purposes.
Yes.
Oh, man. So, there you go. I did enjoy the movie. I know it might come across a bit pernickety, but I did actually enjoy the remake.
No, it's fucking fun, and it gives you everything that you want in a zombie movie, and it even gives you boobs. So I mean, that's like the cherry on top.
More than once.
Yeah, more than once. It's so funny too because it's just so out of place, but it doesn't matter because it works.
Yeah, because we do get boobs in the original, but it was so strange. It was very 70s. God, what that 70s style of movie making, where they do sex scenes, and it's all very high thought, thought pieces with naked people. It's almost like Rosemary's Baby as well when they do the sex scenes there. It was very that sort of vein where they're sitting on the bed, and she just has them. And it always makes me laugh in movies. No way they always have the sheets that go perfectly up the hair, but go all the way down to the waist just to cover the right bits, which makes no sense. So she's
and with this, it's like Night of the Living Dead. There's just a random naked person walking around. You gotta love it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny. Like I said in the end, let's throw some boobs out. And you're like, what the hell's going on? And then you realize it's fucking Steve's webcam. I was just like,
yeah.
But they tried to make it found footage, which made me, if I had have just been holding that and just did the scenes as normal, I'd have been more on board. But hey,
like I said, for me, it just sort of seemed like a separate short film that was related. So, I bought it. It made sense for me.
Yeah, but this, just in conclusion, because I did enjoy this movie, despite some of the words coming out of my mouth. I did enjoy it. I don't think it pissed on the original.
No, not at all.
It didn't do the lazy trope of let's gender race swap the main characters and make them completely different. What they did was they brought a completely separate set of characters into the same situation, and things play out differently.
I feel like doing that with a remake of a Romero flick already is fucking stupid, because George Romero would cast outside of the typical Hollywood confines. And it was never really like at least early years, it was never an agenda or anything like that. It was just like, oh, I went with the best actor for the role. It just so happened to be X, Y, or Z. So to take that's already progressive and swap it, it's like, cool, we're just going to get a bunch of Klan members in this or something.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, it'd be fucking stupid to try to do that.
Back to my original rant. Right, you fucking idiots. Stay out of horror. We have had this sorted for fucking decades. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Go and fight in the other franchises. Do your stupid shit there, but stay out of our lane. We're sorted. We're good.
Yeah, because there's no being progressive or being forward. It's just horror encompasses everybody. So why wouldn't you see representations of everybody in horror? Like, that just wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, so it will. In fact, there's probably a fucking movie out there, Clans versus Zombies. It probably is a movie if we look it up.
Probably, and I want to watch it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm going to hunt and do a review on it. Fuck it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, actually, no.
We don't give a shit.
I'm going to look it up.
We have been free from the constraints. And fuck, I just laugh the way Hollywood preach at us about the stuff that they have done, telling the customers that we're the bad people. for shit that they have done. It's like, fuck off, you dickheads. But yeah, all in all, good movie. The kept it in the same spirit of the Romero one, which was good. Because there's like we'll see what's in the future. We know what's in the future. And it's not a good place. So at least this one kept it in the spirit of Romero's original. And by refreshing it, by bringing new characters into the same situation, we're not getting a rehash. The only problem with this is the second act. Because we're able to tell a compelling story with a few scenes, but there's a lot of fluff. Strip that away, and this would have been a really, really tight movie.
Yeah,
but I'm happy with it.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that, like I said from the beginning, like I just forgot how good this movie is, and yeah, it's. I will say, it doesn't. I guess it kind of has the same flaws as the original Dawn, where the higher the definition gets, the less it kind of holds up. Because I mean, I was watching this on Blu-ray on a 4K TV, and you could really see the seams on some of the makeup. But it's, I don't know, with zombie movies, I feel like there's a bit of forgiveness when you can see the seams. Like the original Dawn of the Dead, when you see him eating the actual foam, you believe it.
But we've had this conversation with Suspiria, for example. The whole process of making a 4K, don't just do it for the sake of doing it. Have a wee bit of thought. Some of the old techniques were there for a reason.
Yeah. Film grain was a beautiful thing.
Yep, and the mist and things like you didn't see glove puppets. I'll never forget that till the day I die. Freaking glove puppet dog. Fucking what the hell? Oh man. So there we go. That's our review. That's all in all. We're mostly on board together. Both we had the same opinion, so that makes a change. I thought this was going to be completely diametric.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I can understand that, because I mean, I am a bit of a purist. Oh, okay. All right, I think I found something. I'm going to go ahead and post the link. Oh my god. Yeah, so okay. So we might have to try to find this and watch this.
Oh, have you found a movie?
Found an IMDb link. This is Ku Klux Zombie from Project Z, the history of the zombie apocalypse.
Right.
Apparently it's an episode that aired August 15th of 2012.
Do me a favor, chuck it in the other. See the private chat, but
no, I'm not seeing. Oh yeah. I'll go ahead and send that over.
Give me a wee sec. And then... Yay! Technical stuff. Do you know what? Every time we're doing this, we're discovering new toys and. Hang on.
Yeah, so I think I'll have to see if there's somewhere to watch this shit, because that sounds funny as hell. Like here's the setup. Greg is the dumbest man on the planet. Fortunately, he has his best friend to keep him company through the zombie apocalypse. Unfortunately, Matt is the second dumbest man on the planet. It's like, that's great. That's I mean, that's all you need.
Decides to milk a zombie for venom.
Fuck yeah.
Greg decides to play mad scientist, the KKK. Matt and Greg battle for their lives in this. Oh, hold on.
Oh, this is great.
Project Z. Is this going to happen? Is this happening? No.
This happened. This was a TV series from 2012. If I could get my computer to work, I'd see where we can watch this shit, because I need to watch this. I don't even know how I fucking missed this.
Once again, there you go. If it's a bit like porn, if it exists, somebody's beating off to it. If it can be done, there's a horror movie made about it. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's the way to do it. Oh, that's
Do you know what
so
it sounds
funny.
like? Do you remember that series, The Gooks of Hazard?
No.
Oh god.
What the fuck?
So basically, these two Asian guys were playing, playing the Dukes of Hazzard, and then somebody sounds like good, and then they were doing like they were playing with all the stereotypes. So like they were getting like wiener dogs and putting them in, like oversized buns and pretend to eat them while they're escaping from the. It's probably banned now. What is it? It's probably
oh yeah, that shit wouldn't fly nowadays.
Even
Jesus.
no, I mean there'd be burning torches and pitchforks, but that was a thing that went on for like loads of episodes. I think it was on YouTube. That's what this sounds like. It sounds like that sort of same.
Yeah, can confirm.
I thought we didn't talk about Man Camp. I thought that was the first rule of Man Camp.
No, you gotta vaguely talk about Man Camp. Gotta tease everybody.
Subtly tease.
Oh my god, okay, it's on Prime apparently, at least this side of the pond, so
I'll have to have a look. Yeah. We might be doing we haven't done a series in a while.
No, that is different. Damn it. All right, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. I'm gonna find this fucking thing because we need to watch this.
We haven't done a series in a while. Yeah, well, I think we'll have to do that.
Most definitely.
Back to what I was saying, fucker. Stay out of horror. We've got that sorted. We've already fucking done it 100 times. We've laughed at it. Fuck you.
Right.
And your manufactured fucking controversy. We can create our own controversy.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Anyway, suppose we'll get this wrapped up because this could go on for about 9 hours.
Yeah, definitely. Just falling down the rabbit hole and you listening to us go, oh, I want to watch that.
We'll do the after effect when we actually watch the things and we'll go through it. Then tell you why you should or shouldn't. But just want to finish up and say thanks very much to our September contributors for Horrorific Tales. JP Burns, Charles Welch, Eli Bales, W.H. Lockwood, and to finish off the month, we'll have Cody Exelberger. I hope I haven't butchered your name. There were Brianna's. I had to ask her how to pronounce her name because I butcher people's names like nobody's business.
Yeah.
But all fun. Once again, folks, do the like, share, the clicky things, all that good stuff, the commenty things. Keep an eye on the channel. We do tons of live streams for different things. We've got our weekly segment where we feature independent authors. We talk about movies. Sometimes we play games. This show's been going for 2 years now, and to date we have featured 93 stories, 87 authors, and I haven't counted how many movies we've actually talked about during the time. But we've been busy.
Yeah, we try.
we do. We try and keep this thing going. But if you don't watch and don't subscribe, then you're not helping us out.
And how are you hearing this if you don't watch? That's what I really want to know. And
how can we offend you if you don't listen?
Right?
You can't get offended if you don't watch us. I just can't wait for the cancel mob, and I'm just like, come on, bring it on, bitches.
Right.
Come on, fuckers. You said this, yeah, but did you see the time when I said this, this, and this, and this, and this, and this? And now what I'm going to say?
Well, and I think it would be them just coming after you because I'm not safe to come after because I'm a minority. So I'm invincible.
I'm from a tiny country of less than 2 million people. So, meh. You'll get more minority than that, and people try to pretend we don't exist. So there you go. Oh, God, man. But on a serious note, yeah, folks, please check us out. Share, get the word around. Get the word out as many independent creators as possible. Let's get their voices out there. Support the projects. Links will be in the description. All that good stuff. And until next time, keep it creepy.
Keep it
horrific.